Well, I'm at All Stars. This is day one. Of course, this coverage is brought to you by Alienware. I'm joined right now by Scarra. We were just discussing if I should start a new TFT YouTube channel. You disagree with that?
Yeah, I think it's really weird to separate your content like that, but who knows? Like, I don't really know the YouTube backend. I'm just here to relax. You're asking too hard-hitting questions, okay?
I'm sorry. I'm going to try to make them easier for you.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Well, okay, so we'll see if this ends up on a new TFT channel or not.
Okay.
But, so this is your first day in Vegas for All Stars.
Yes.
Are you doing anything today?
No, I'm not doing anything. They didn't send us the schedule to like the day or two, like the week of. And so what ends up happening is like I saw the schedule last like 3 days before we left, and I realized I'm only playing on Friday, and if I don't top 4, I'm not. That's it. I play for 1 hour. So I got here set for the whole event, and I'm just like, oh shit, like I'm really free to do stuff. So I've actually been catching up on sleep. I've been missing some sleep here and there throughout the last month or so. I want to get like 8-9 hours every night. Like that's like my goal.
So you're coming to All Stars, and the way you're celebrating your time at All Stars is by sleeping.
Yes.
Okay. That's really exciting. So I can understand why they bring you as an influencer to this event. You were trying to stream a little bit ago too.
Yeah, I was streaming the event, and like, turned out IRL streaming with an IRL backpack here is very difficult because the kind of pyramid blocks out the internet signals, and then using the Wi-Fi cuts from area to area, so it's just very frustrating. I ended after 30 minutes after cutting like 20 times.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Right now, oh, okay, yep. Broden is adjusting. That'd be a good idea, yeah. We will have to blur it now, so that's going to be fun for Broden. Maybe also flip it over.
Ah, that's
right. Yes, yeah, exactly. All right, so you were having issues with it. Right now we've got Sneaky and Caps up. They were just doing a thing. Never mind. I was going to ask you a question about that, but that changed. I don't know how to interview. Yeah. What do you think of the 1v1? Have you had a chance to watch any of it?
I talked to Bwippo, and he told me that Caps and Mickey spent 10 hours 1v1ing each other yesterday. And then he wasn't as tryhard, so he only did 3. And I was like, what the fuck? And then they were talking drafts to do in like the 8A versus EU, so they're actually coming to this event to play. And I told Tyler that. He's like, that's because they're compensating because they got 3. Tyler's so funny, actually. So I expect Mickey to do very well. Honestly, Mickey's like always been, his Gragas is so clean, and he's a support player, so it's really impressive.
Yeah, I just interviewed him, and he said he wants to make face-off against Caps in the finals and beat him. That's like his big goal here for the event.
Oh, that'd be sick. If the best mechanical player was just the support on the team, that'd be really funny.
Yeah. And do you think that's what it proves?
No, but he could say that, and so the history is written by the winners. Okay, so if Mickey wins, he can say whatever he wants. The better player, better looking, it doesn't matter. Makes more money, like gets more girl. It doesn't matter. He can say whatever he wants.
All right, good to know. I'm glad to understand that. Anyway, I know that you've been trying to do your daily streaming. Yes. Is that still going? Yeah,
I've been trying to stream every day. It's an interesting challenge. I don't think I was fully prepared when I started. I don't think I'm that opposed to doing it even after so many months. Like I would have considered extending it to next year if I wasn't living with people.
Well, I know you tweeted that you were worried about your ability to do it because you were moving.
Oh, that was a joke. Okay. That was like a very like dry humor joke. But like since I didn't put like a colon, like a little like dash S after it, everyone took it seriously. And I was like, I went to sleep. I woke up to 250 responses. I was like, oh shit, I can't just say like JK. So like I just didn't respond to it. I just kept streaming.
Okay. I'm glad we could expose that right now in this interview.
Expose. It's just like I'm sorry, man.
Listen, I'm trying to make my interviews more spicy.
Oh, you're trying to be more hard hitting. Yeah. So I should say stuff like, it's really hard for me to start shit. You're looking great today, Trav.
Oh, okay, that's not helping. Why are you so sure that you can win this TFT event?
I didn't say that.
Oh, you didn't say it. So you don't believe that you can win the TFT event?
No, yeah, that's pretty true.
Why are you lacking confidence coming into this event, Scarra?
I'm just taking it easy.
Why don't you care about competing? How did you lose your passion?
That's a question for Tasteless. That's not a question for me.
That's a throwback. That is a huge throwback. No one is going to get that reference.
I can't really relax into the event. I know what I need to do to win, but I kind of just want to meme the shit out of the event, which is like kind of how I take all these events, and it's not like straight up like an invitational. So, like, I know what to play to win. Okay, so if I don't top 4 the first day, I don't go to the second day. So I'm gonna try to go top 4 the first day, and then the second day we'll just play whatever. I have an idea of what I want.
This is on the new patch, right?
This is not on the new patch.
Oh, okay, so it's not. Although they just released a new patch on Wednesday, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
It would have been 2 weeks, so interesting. So you guys don't have to worry about it. So it's just going to be Ocean Mage and Predators, right? That's like the whole thing?
No, it's like completely different than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like the meta has been changing like every day. Actually, it's super crazy. I think right now it's like Assassin, Summoners, or it's like everything goes eventually into Singe 2 or Z2, and it's building your comp there. So whether you're hyper rolling lights or hyper rolling, it's called the egg roll, or you're doing it's really messed up. Or you're doing Ocean Mages, or you're doing Blade Masters. There's a lot of viable comps, and kind of stuff's changing really, really quickly.
What? And so maybe even tomorrow, whenever you play, the meta won't even be any of that. So you're saying it's changing every day.
I don't think people are keeping up with it as fast, but like, yeah, generally speaking, from what I was talking to other people about, the meta is changing very quickly right now.
But you're also playing League of Legends. We were talking about this. You've been streaming League. You're not playing here, but you've been streaming a lot more League lately.
Yes. I think what I want to try to do is I want to try to be like an overall Riot game streamer. And so one of the biggest worries as a streamer is burning out on the game. And so if I ever feel mad or frustrated about a game, I can just switch games. And if I can retain like equal viewership or somewhat equal viewership, that's really appealing to me. And it helps. Like, if I'm having fun, people will want to watch more because they're like, damn, this guy's having fun. He's killing it, you know? So that's what I'm going for.
Do you think you can be a Project A streamer?
I would only be able to. Project A is the shooter, right? I would only be able to go into shooters or fighting games if I committed a lot more time. So it depends how much I love the game. If I do, give me like a year. Give me like six months to a year.
Well, and that's what I asked, right? Is because it's one thing to move into like the card game or teamfight tactics. It's a whole other thing to try to take on shooters.
Like, I'm confident I could be good at any of the 3 games so far. But the last 2 games, not including the RPG, they're going to be difficult for sure.
You are one of the ancient League of Legends players. What do you? So prehistoric. What do you think of all the changes to the game? Am I crazy in thinking this is like the biggest ever set of changes they've put into the game?
The preseason?
Yeah.
You're not crazy. It's not crazy to say that. I think it feels that way because there's been a lot of seasons where there wasn't as much change. They really kind of took it easy this last preseason while they were preparing for this preseason, and so it doesn't feel very good. I think, this preseason has been really, really interesting. I don't really know what to expect. I've been playing a decent amount of League, and the Drakes seem really strange. The extra Herald seems strange. The Alcove seems strange. I think overall the jungle feels a lot better. Maybe it needs a slight XP buff, but it feels a lot better to play and create leads. And mid lane's always going to be important.
Was the preseason a big reason why you started playing League again?
A little bit. Last season, I played a lot during the last season grind. I ended up plat after failing 5 diamond promos. That was really funny. But like, coming back to something new is always really good. Like, good excuse to go back.
By the way, what do you think of Hearthstone Battlegrounds? Because a lot of people have been streaming that as well, and I think been enjoying it. I've been hearing good things. I've only played a little.
I think it's a fun game to play, but a terrible viewing experience. In fact, I think the viewing experience got maybe a little bit better, but generally speaking, at first I hated the game and I hated the viewing experience. Okay. But like now, I think the game itself is enjoyable to play. I think it's just weird because I feel like it doesn't hit the demographics. I wasn't sure who the game was made for. Because I thought the game was, usually when you're making a game in the genre, you want to attract people in the genre to come over to play the game. But it's not really an auto chess style game. It's literally another mode for Hearthstone, and then you like, the shop thing is like that deck building genre, and then the playing is just it's like you're playing normal Hearthstone. It's like you're watching someone play Hearthstone, but they're drooling on themselves. So it's like kind of an unappealing thing for new, I would say, viewers to watch. So I'm really kind of confused who they're targeting. But if they're targeting like pre-existing plus like older players, maybe that's all they need. So for me, I don't know. I haven't played it enough to give a great opinion on it. I think it's way more fun to play than to watch, though.
what do you think of Runeterra? Did you get a chance to stream much of that whenever it was on the thing? You've got a very dramatic expression in response to this question. I get the feeling you don't like Runeterra. This is what I'm seeing on your face right now.
I think everyone I've talked to about the game, who plays card games at a high level, says the game currently isn't very good. It mainly because not so much the game itself isn't good, but the game itself lacks a lot of depth. What makes the game, it's good for a casual player, but at a certain time commitment, like once you've put in like 20 or 40 hours into the game, you start to see the ceiling and hit it very quickly. Not only is everyone playing the same comps you are, which happens in every card game, right? The biggest problem is the game itself is built around building decks around only champions. So you can't really even be creative when you're playing the game. There's like a couple cards that differ from this, like Allegiance cards, or like that one meme card where you play 15 and it summons a 30-30. Those are examples of like cool cards you can build decks around. And a lot of these cards are generally anywhere from like uncommon to mythic for like Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone, like rares, stuff like that. You build cards around, whole entire decks around these cards. But for Legends of Runeterra, you only build around champions, which is actually very limiting in the creative department. So I think right now there's not enough colors, and enough cards to kind of keep hardcore card enthusiasts to play the game. I actually think it's bad. It's very bad.
What's interesting to me is I feel like they've tried to position the game as being a little bit more, like having more depth than like a Hearthstone, because they have the ability to like, you take turns going back and forth. It's a little bit more responsive. It's got a little bit more like that chain that the Magic has.
The level of play, the idea in theory, that's true, but there's not enough cards. That's it. Like it's just missing cards. So like it's like right now it's like if they release Hearthstone core set now, 5 years after they release the base game. That's what's coming. The Legends of Runeterra core set. It's like, no, dude, you need to release like all the expansions. You know how like, I don't know, standard and Magic the Gathering is played from between I think 4 or 5 to 7 or 8 sets. Like imagine we're starting at the 4 and not the 8.
Well, in Hearthstone, for instance, they have a whole year's worth of
Right. Yeah, they're doing like Legends or the Dragon, Year of the Dragon. So like imagine if like there wasn't a rotation that rotated out and it just started on the first expansion. It would feel kind of bad. And that's how I feel about Legends of Runeterra once you put a lot of time into it. I think the game itself is really well polished. Very, very good game in every aspect except for the fact that it's missing cards. And I think that in the end is a huge problem for people who want to play the game 80 hours a week, 60, 80 hours a week. Not a game made for me.
Do you think but if they add the extra sets, does it become a game made for you?
Yeah, it has legs. But until it adds more cards, I don't see the legs. I actually do not see the legs.
You gonna gamble at all?
I've already lost money.
How much?
Over 1,000.
What were you playing?
I lost a lot on blackjack. And usually I win a lot on blackjack and I lose on everything else stupid. But I lost a lot on blackjack and won a lot on baccarat. I learned how to play baccarat for the first time yesterday. It's literally roulette. That's lit. I didn't even realize. I'm literally playing roulette, but like it's different. It's like better than roulette because there's no green zeros and it's more fun. So like I enjoy it. It's like a better roulette for me. But I won a lot on that and lost a ton on blackjack.
Broden is up a ton. He doesn't want me to say how much. I asked him explicitly earlier if I'm allowed to say how much on social media, and he says he wants to keep it quiet.
Well, good. He can pay for my dinner when we hang out next time.
No, I mean I've been trying to get him. I always have to cover the cost of all of his stuff at these things.
Whoa. Did you hear what happened with Mark Z?
No, what happened?
Apparently, he was just shooting nonstop at craps.
Yeah, because he was playing with Broden.
You guys were at the same table. Mark apparently threw for like 40 minutes, dude.
It was Mark and Broden and Yoni. And Broden and Yoni are up a ton. I don't know if you know Yoni. He works with me, but
yeah, I heard Mark Z was just fucking best shooter on the night, you know.
That was just them. Well, there was also the woman at the beginning that you guys won a ton of money with, right? A couple hundred. But Mark carried you? Okay.
Oh my God. But you know what? Like for me, like I'm okay because I make sure to have a daily withdrawal limit when I come here. So like even if it is several thousand, which sounds really bad to say to the camera. Maybe we need to cut that one out. It's something where I'm like I don't really spend money on anything else. You know, have a good time here, and I go back on the grind. Like, the more I lose here, the more I'm going to grind when I come back. You're going to see the most dedicated fucking streamer the day I come back. You're like, wow, you streamed 14 hours today. And I'm going to wake up.
And every Twitch bounty you can get your hands on.
Yeah, you know, I've only done one Twitch bounty in my life.
Oh, really?
Yes.
They're lucrative.
I know. I'm an idiot for not doing more.
All right. Well, at the end of here, I just want to ask you, do you have any, you used to interview people, do you have any tips for me? I'm starting to learn how to interview. I don't really know how to right now.
I think I told you this before, but always lead with questions that start with, like, how do you feel? Yeah, okay. So, like, the word feel it evokes a great emotion from both the viewer and the other person. So if you ask them how they feel about this, or how do they feel today, or how do they feel in general, the word feel, I just love it.
Okay, so how do you feel right now?
I feel great.
Okay. Thank you. This is going to be good. I'm going to take this with me. Anything you want to say to any of the fans?
Thanks for staying with me over the years. I appreciate it. I've been getting a lot of new fans recently too, and I'm a little grouchy. Like, honestly, like about like 5 days of the 30 in the month, and a lot of that I blame due to my 365. But that's not a good excuse. Sorry if I bitch at you guys when I'm like out on a bad day. I apologize.
When can I see the new house?
Broden can come see the new house. Anytime.
And check out the rest of my coverage of all things All-Stars right here on my YouTube channel. Oh, hello. Sorry, I was just Googling tips for how to interview using this All-Stars wrapped M15 that they're actually giving away right now at alienware.com/allesports. There's a link in the video description. You can sign up. They're giving away 4 of these things between now and December 15th, so you could win one. I think they're pretty sick. I've been using one for quite some time now, and I love it. But mine doesn't have this cool wrap on it, so maybe you could win. And they've been showing them on broadcast. It's pretty cool. Go check it out.